Hello and welcome back to another edition of the Medeek Wall plugin. My name is Nathaniel P. Wilkerson, and today I wanted to show you guys what I've done with the stair module, and primarily I want to show you curved stairs. So let's go ahead. I've created a grid here. I've created a little block I can put the stairs on, and I've just let's start the draw tool, and you can see right off the bat by default, of course, you draw a straight set of stairs. We've been through this before. And you can actually do curved stairs as well. But I'm going to use the edit menu. I'm going to actually move this over just a little bit here. Doesn't really matter, but just for aesthetic reasons. Okay, so here's our regular straight run of stairs that we're used to. And we'll go ahead and edit this stair assembly with the edit menu. And so what you're going to notice here is under stair type, we now have a fourth option, which is curved. So we're going to go ahead and select that curved. And when you do that, you're going to notice that up pops another sub-menu underneath the basic options. And those are the curved stair options, right? And so there's 4 parameters there. So we're going to go over what these 4 parameters are. First, I'm just going to start with left. By default, all these values should be what is shown here. 48 inches on the inside radius, curving to the left, eccentricity 0, and clocking is 0 degrees. Okay, so let's go ahead and update on that. And you can see what happens. So what happens is it's going to draw a circular set of curved stairs by default. Now, if we change this eccentricity, you're going to see it change to elliptical, but let's start with this first. All right. So the first thing we should note is that instead of providing stringers for these stairs, we're actually just providing a stair primitive, which is, as you can see, kind of Z-fighting right now with these treads. And that is by design. But basically, because the framing is so varied across different, carpenters and YouTube videos that I've watched, I've decided, maybe it doesn't make any sense to try to frame up underneath these stairs just to provide a kind of a primitive that shows the general layout. And then as far as the framing goes, maybe we'll address that later. But for now, we have the treads and risers drawn. And I also do have a couple advanced options. So most of the advanced options are not enabled yet at the time of this video, which is May 31st, 2026. But I will be adding in additional advanced options as time goes on here. So let's go ahead and turn on the advanced options. So we do have a thrust block. I don't know how practical or useful this is, but I just figured it's not that hard to enable that. So you can see that you get the standard thrust block at the base of the stairs. And then we also do have the landing tread, which will be at the top of the stairs. So if we turn the landing tread on, let's click that first. And you'll see that this tread here is at the beginning of this staircase. All right. And really, that's no different than a regular straight set of stairs. So it wasn't really that hard for me to enable that. Also, if you turn on the cover, I think you can actually turn on the cover for that landing tread as well. But at this time, yes, it does work. But at this time, I haven't enabled cover or carpet for the elliptical or circular stairs yet. So that is yet to be done. So let's just go ahead. We'll just go ahead and turn that off for now. All right. Okay, so circular stairs, pretty straightforward. You basically have your inside radius, which is measuring, from the inside of this 48 inches, and that's what your radius is of this. So now if we go with an eccentricity of say, let's say 0.75, and with eccentricity, as many of you know, it's a number that's between 0 and 1. Okay, so the 0 eccentricity is essentially a circle. That's what if you slowly back these numbers down to 0, you'll see that this ellipse slowly becomes a degenerate ellipse, which is a circle, right? Okay, so here we go, 0.75 eccentricity. Let's bump that up a little bit, make it a little narrower, just so it's really pronounced and you can see it. Okay, so that's a little more pronounced, right? All right, so what we have here is, you'll notice that right now it's on the long axis, or the A axis, or the major axis of the ellipse, where it starts the stair run. And then, of course, you have your minor axis, or minor semi-axis, I don't know how you want to put it. But basically, the 48 inches that we're specifying is always going to be the major axis of the ellipse, right, which is the long axis. And as you can see, we're starting at that major axis or node, and we're starting around the ellipse. And so that is what is meant by the clocking, actually. So let's just also, just to demonstrate, let's click right on that, and we'll send it the other direction. Okay, so you can see you can do left and right side, or sweep it left, sweep it right. Doesn't really matter. But the clocking is where it gets really interesting. So let's say now, instead of starting at the major axis or major semi-axis, we want to start, say, at the minor axis. Okay, so to do that, we will change this to 90 degrees, and now you'll see that it starts at the minor axis of the ellipse, and then it curves. Okay, and the curving and everything, I mean, that's just based on this inside radius. Notice if we change this to maybe, say, a bigger radius, it'll curve it a bit bigger, right? But as far as the tread rise and run and all that calculations, that really doesn't differ between a straight run of stairs or a curved run of stairs. So all those calculations are the same. The calculated parameters that are shown, though, in this box, you'll notice has a stair length. Of course, that really doesn't apply in this case for curved stairs. So you can probably safely ignore that. I may figure out a way to make that have some more meaning, but as of this time, it doesn't really have any meaning when we start talking about curved stairs. Also, the other thing that is probably of some interest is that when you specify your tread depth, which in this case is 10 inches, what that actually means with a curved set of stairs is that along the walk line, which is 12 inches in from the inside radius, that's called your walk line. And so basically the tread depth should measure 10 inches at that walk line length. So 12 inches in, the tread depth should be measuring at 10 inches. And that's actually how I'm calculating everything. Anyways, and yeah, so there we go. There's an elliptical set of steps. We've got it set at 90 degree clocking. And you can get really creative with this. Let's say, just for fun, let's try 45 degrees. And you'll see kind of what happens there. Okay, so now it's starting right there instead. So it's kind of halfway, starting along the ellipse. Basically, you can place your stair run anywhere along the elliptical shape or path. Okay, so now we're doing 135. And now notice we're kind of halfway past the minor and the major axis, and we're going this direction. So you can really play with this and generate curved elliptical staircases anywhere along the path of the ellipse, and of course any size of ellipse, and of course any eccentricity of any ellipse. So yeah, it can get quite interesting with elliptical staircases. Let's make that a little bit narrower, and you can see what's happening there. And notice that even though each stair is, somewhere at a different path along the ellipse, all of the tread depths at the walk line should be equal to the same amount. So it should be equal, making those of equidistance for each tread depth along that walk line. So, and that's what's important. We want to maintain that so that it's code compliant. All right, that's pretty much it. Again, there's just really two advanced options that are available for circular and elliptical stairs, the thrust block and the landing tread, along with the cover. And there's yet quite a bit more work to be done. Currently, there are no landing options for curved stairs, so even if you turn on landings here, it won't have any effect. Pretty much everything else, though, is operational, but landings, there will be no landings for these, at least for now. But if you have any questions or requests or any other comments, please send me an email, and I'm always open to any ideas. All right, we'll talk to you guys later.